This is Couples Court with the Cutlers.
This is the case of Allen versus Anderson. You all have been together for 17 years. You're married, but you're currently separated. And whether this separation ends in a reunification or a divorce all depends on what happens here today. Am I right, Ms. Allen?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Now, you've opened up this case. The stakes are high. Please explain.
Me and Mr. Anderson, we have been together for 17 years. We've been separated, living out of the household together for the last year.
Wow.
Exactly. Me and Mr. Anderson relationship has been up and down, peaks and valleys for a minute now. It all determines what happens. We have dated since we've been separated. We have discussed getting back together since we've been separated. But for me, I cannot get back together with Mr. Anderson unless I find out if he cheated or not. If not, these divorce papers will be signed before we leave here today if he did cheat.
Locked and loaded.
Locked and loaded.
Yeah.
Ready.
So everything, your marriage in total, is at stake here today.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Anderson.
Yeah. She says you all have been through peaks and valleys in your relationship. This has got to be the valliest of the valley.
Yes, it is.
At this
Valliest of the valley.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Cutler.
Yeah, the valliest of the valley. I mean, it doesn't get more crucial than this.
That's true.
She said it depends on what happens here today, whether we find out if you all are going to be together or whether you are going to be separate because she's accusing you of cheating. How does that make you feel?
Well, it bothers me because it's always been an accusation. It's always somebody or something, and I spend so much time trying to prove I love her. I've always loved her. She's been a very special person to me for a very long time. The accusations do get overwhelming, so I guess today will settle whether we're going to continue or not, because I know I haven't done anything wrong. So when this comes out, I think I'll take the joy in her apology and working forward to being together again.
Wow.
You know, it's funny because I'll give you an example. She came into, I work at a nursing home. I've always worked in nursing homes. And she actually pulled up to the job one day, runs inside the nursing home, grabs a book with all the employees' names and numbers, and apparently she called them. You know, which I thought was a very bold move. I guess that was her way of trying to figure out if I was cheating with someone inside the nursing home I was working in at the time.
You was.
And she called your co-workers.
Yes, she did, embarrassing me.
Okay.
Did she think you were sleeping with the residents?
No,
Wow.
the female employees of the nursing home.
Okay, all right, that's a relief.
But did you do that?
Okay. Yes, I did.
Okay, that was a yes, you did. Okay.
Yes, I did. It wasn't a book of the residents. It was a book of the employees who worked there.
Okay, so you called his coworkers, and one coworker said, "Yes, we
I
are
used to
sleeping
work
together."
here, and I knew a specific young lady. I called her, and she gave up the name of the young lady he was seeing at the nursing home.
Third party.
I went to the
party.
nursing home to get the book, to get her
Third
information,
party.
because Mr. Anderson was actually at her house when I was digging through the
Third
book.
party. No, third party.
So did you ever call this woman?
Yes, I did speak to her.
And what did she say?
That was her boyfriend.
Did she know that he was in a relationship with you?
I didn't know he was in a relationship. He was so smart. He was so intelligent.
lie.
I was so
That's not
impressed
true.
by him.
That's not true.
I thought that I
Nope,
was dating him. I
nope,
didn't know
nope,
anything
nope,
about him.
nope,
He tells me that's
nope.
his friend, but why does a friend lie on you?
No.
What led to your separation? How did you get to that point?
Mr. Anderson is a serial cheater.
Okay.
He does not get caught, so he believes that he cannot be convicted without physical evidence.
Wow.
I am tired of him getting caught in these situations with all these different females that he tells me are friends. Every last one of his friends had a different spinoff of his version of the story. That led to me, it took a long time to get strong enough to walk away from that, because I don't want to be in a relationship where I'm the third party.
Right?
I don't want to do that, and I got tired.
What was the last straw? What broke this camel's back that said, okay, I'm out, we're separating?
He ended up in the hospital, and I brought some exhibits for the court to prove.
Okay. Why don't you step to the monitor then?
Okay. Mr. Anderson got sick November, day before Thanksgiving's Eve. He had to be rushed to the emergency room, and we went to the hospital.
Okay.
He had to have emergency surgery. He had an ulcer perforated in his stomach.
Oh.
As I'm sitting there, I go through his phone, and the first thing I seen was a "Hey, big head" text. Where I'm from, "Hey, big head" is side chick lingo.
What else made you say, okay, I gotta go?
Okay, we were supposed to go to a club together. Mr. Anderson decided at the last minute he wasn't gonna go. I went to the party alone. When I came home from the club, Mr. Anderson had locked me out the house. I left and stayed with a family member. When I came home that evening, when he woke up that morning, the first thing he said to me, "I don't want this. I don't want you anymore. I don't want this marriage anymore, and I am leaving you."
Don't want you to tell the whole truth.
What happened after that was he decided that he was going to leave and go to New York to stay with a family member.
Okay.
He would no longer wanted the relationship, and this was prior 5 days up to him leaving to go to New York. I looked him in his face and I told him, "If you don't want me, this is the last time you're gonna actually tell me in my face you don't want me." I meant that. So what I decided to do was let him go. You wanna leave? Leave. A day before he decides to leave, "Oh, well, I'm going to leave to go to New York, but I'm coming back. I'm going to stay with a family member."
And then returns to the house with a backache. What's the significance of that?
Okay, the significance is Mr. Anderson has had about 2 operations on his back. He has rods and screws in his back, and he cannot take travel in a car, a bus, a train, even a plane, longer than an hour, hour and a half. Mr. Anderson claims he was in New York. We're in Connecticut. That's less than an hour ride. He claims that's where he was, but once he came home, his body was exhibiting behavior of a much longer trip. We had back spasms, we had legs shaking, you couldn't sleep at night. I had to get up and make you heating pads for his body to sleep. Your girlfriend should have did that. She the one you went to see.
So you think the fact that he came home with a backache means that he was, a longer distance than New York?
I believe that he traveled from Connecticut to Georgia.
Why Georgia?
Because the young lady lives in Georgia. Once I contacted her, she lives in Georgia.
Which young lady?
The young lady that he left to go see, Hey, big head.
Mr. Anderson, you left for 30 days. Were you in Georgia?
No, I was in New York. And the reason my back was hurting is because when I was in New York, I was doing street activities and I was up constantly.
So the fact that you didn't contact her during this time was just to teach her a lesson?
Yeah, I just want you to know how it feels.
It wasn't because you were with some other woman?
No, it had nothing to do with that. And I told her that after I came back. I said, I wanted you to know how I feel, but it backfired because she obviously don't feel for me the way I feel for her. Because when she stays out and don't call and I can't reach her, when my wife is gone and she's out like that, I worry. Yes, I do.
Well, Miss Howland, I noticed that you have another point there, contacted other woman. Tell me about that.
I contacted her initially myself. As soon as I asked her questions, she blocked and deleted me.
Okay.
But I did get her to respond once I started texting her from Mr. Anderson's phone.
You catfish.
Yes, I did.
All right, and you submitted
those
those messages to the court, is that correct?
I did.
You wrote, "You're acting like you didn't like it."
It could have been better.
Ha.
Our protection?
What protection? It's her belief that her response is, we didn't use protection while having sex, correct?
Absolutely.
Ah, okay.
All right, thank you.
Thank
Would you
you.
step back to the podium, please? Mr. Anderson, who is this woman who responded, "It could have been better," when the text was sent posing as you're acting like you didn't like it? Because the natural response would have been, "What are you talking about?"
That's what I originally said. When all this was brought to me, I was flabbergasted because I really didn't know what was going on. I know the person. Yes, I do know the person. I haven't seen this person in over 35-something years. We were kids. We still ain't seen each other.
Her children were
Okay.
asking about my husband.
How is that possible if you never seen me?
Well, here's the thing. Clearly, we're not going to get a response
No, we're not.
up or down about this woman. Are there any other women that you're concerned about?
Let the church state. Okay, 17 years, 17 different women, but we're only gonna go to this one. I had a family member's neighbor tell me he was sleeping with the other neighbor.
How do they know this?
He was creeping around on his peeping Tom that day, I suppose. This this friend of the family, and the friend of the family said he heard noises from the window, and he was on his peeping Tom, and he was peeping in the window, and he told me he seen my husband sleeping with the neighbor.
Saw it with his own eyes.
Saw it with his own eyes.
And called you and told you this?
He waited for me to come around and tell me.
Okay, so he says he heard
Noises.
noises.
So I guess he was doing a good job that time.
So this friend heard noises.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And he goes up and looks.
He looks through the window and he tells me my husband was blowing her back out. Those were his words exactly.
That he saw with his own eyes.
That's what he said.
Okay, Mr. Anderson,
Yes, Your Honor.
were you giving it to the neighbor real good?
No, notice she said this person was the peeping Tom, which sound kind of creepy, don't you?
It does.
I was
All
going
right.
to say,
Exactly.
It does.
All right, now, first of all, I know this man. Have you seen my wife? Beautiful woman. This man see what I see, but can't have what I got. So, of course, a person like that, that's always trying to get with my queen, gonna say what he wanna say. I'm a smart man. Why would I go in a neighbor house and make it so that any and everybody can see it? I'm not that stupid. But again, he was after this.
I gotta say, Mr. Cutler, it is creepy that a man says, a friend says, hey, I heard sexual noises. I went to see what was happening.
Thank you.
But can I say this? It wasn't one story. It was a combination, a compilation of him acting crazy and the guy telling me that.
And so all of these things, the list that you showed us and submitted as an exhibit, you said, I'm out. We're separating.
Absolutely.
Okay, during this separation, we have folks coming, we taking a break, and so during the break, people do whatever they want to do.
We still married. Ain't no such thing as no break.
No.
And is that your understanding?
Yeah, we don't do that.
Okay.
We don't do that. Nah, we don't do that.
Your testimony to this court is you have not messed around during your separation.
No, not at all.
And you're also telling this court that you have not messed around during your entire 17-year marriage.
Exactly.
Correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
And Miss Allen, you're shaking your head no.
No, because
As he's answering the question, you're shaking your head no.
that's a lie. You shouldn't lie in court.
Man.
So,
Judge Cutler?
So, Mr. Cutler, what we have is a marriage on the line. They have been separated for over a year. This separation came about because of years of distrust, it sounds like, on the part of Miss Allen. It all rides on this today. Will she file those divorce papers when we first started?
We're gonna find out.
Or are they going home together?
We have these unanswered questions. And to address these unanswered questions, this court has done a full and a complete investigation. At this time, the court will call a certified polygraph examiner, Dave Lawrence, to determine, is he cheating? Please report, Mr. Lawrence. Good day, Mr. Lawrence. How are you?
Just fine, sir. How are you?
I'm doing fine, thank you. It's good to see you.
Good to see you.
Would you state your credentials, please, for the court?
Yes, sir. I'm a retired 30-year law enforcement veteran. I've been a polygraph examiner for the past 26 years. I've conducted thousands of various types of polygraph exams.
And you conducted a polygraph examination on Mr. Anderson, is that correct?
That's correct, sir.
You asked Mr. Anderson, since beginning your relationship with Ms. Allen, have you had sexual intercourse with a woman you were communicating with in Georgia? What was his response?
He said no.
What did the lie detector determine? What did the lie detector determine?
The lie detector determined that he was being deceptive.
Woo! Breathe.
You asked Mr. Anderson, have you had sexual intercourse with the woman who is the neighbor of Miss Allen's relative? What was his response?
He said no.
What did the lie detector determine?
The lie detector determined that he was being deceptive.
Wow. For real?
My bad.
You're bad? You're bad? Is you serious?
Deceptive ain't the same thing to me as being
Deceptive
guilty.
mean lie. Come to find out you was everybody.
Everybody.
Everybody? You ain't even got that much money and to spread around.
Oh, okay, hold on.
Sorry.
Ms. Allen,
Hold on.
I'm sorry.
Mr. Anderson,
Yes, ma'am.
I don't even have words. You knocked it out the park. You got a perfect score.
I guess so.
The wrong
apparently.
score, but the perfect score in that.
Apparently. I'm sorry that anything that I've done hurt her, because it was never my intention to hurt her.
It's probably
I guess-
never your intention to get caught.
No,
That's probably what it was.
not the case.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
What if I did you like that? What if I screwed around and came
The
home to
truth
you?
of the matter is, I don't
That's
know
not
what you do,
fair.
because you never come home.
I wonder why.
Well, then-
What I'm coming home to.
You right.
All right.
Ms. Allen, you came here to get some answers,
Yeah.
Got him.
and you got answers.
Thank you.
This is a 17-year relationship on the line. What are you going to do?
I'm done. I'm beautiful. I can date. I have plenty of options. I'm going to take those options.
You can't realistically go forward with someone who refuses to hold himself accountable.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely.
You all have been together for 7 years, but married for 3 years. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes,
Right.
Sean.
Mr. Howland, you've brought your wife to couples court today. Tell us why you're here.
I brought my wife to couple court today to find out if she's cheating on me physically, emotionally, and especially financially. I mean, I can get over emotional, but financially, I can't get over that.
So financially is the sticking point for you.
Yes.
So what is on the line today? Is your marriage on the line?
Yeah, our marriage, our kids, our life, our house, our dog, our grass. I want it all.
Wow.
Okay, all right.
Miss Howland,
Yeah.
do you understand what's on the line today?
I understand everything.
Okay, so you understand that if he finds out you are financially supporting this gentleman, that your marriage is done.
Yeah, I understand.
Mr. Howland, what is
What?
the status of your relationship right now? How are you living?
We cool.
You cool?
We're cool. So you all are living in the same house.
I sleep in the living room, he sleep in the bedroom.
Oh.
Okay.
How long y'all been living like that?
It's been
Since
about a
then.
year.
A year?
Yeah.
Since then, yeah.
You all have not slept in the same bed in a year?
When he get the feeling to want to do something, then he'll call me and
And do you go when he calls you in there?
yeah.
I'm a man. I
Okay, so you all are.
Okay, wait a minute. I just gotta say that he's calling on her when he just wants something. That's not cool.
Did you just hear her
That's what
say
I
she
said.
just get away
But
with it?
she goes.
She must like you. I guess
what
you
you said?
enjoyed that.
Yeah, if he likes it, she loves it. That's. But do
Are you
all-
still in love with her?
Of course.
Are you
So-
still in love with him?
Yeah, I do.
Well, this should be easy.
Well,
we should get this
It
done.
should be easy, but
Yeah.
they're here in couples court, so there's got to be a problem.
There had been a time when you were happy.
I mean,
Yeah, there was. I'm looking at the picture. There was a time when they were happy.
Hey, Marietta
our
is the
first
type
time
of
out.
Marietta is the girl, right? She is the girl that it doesn't take much to please Marietta. But not saying that she doesn't deserve the world, cause she do. But she just ain't the typical woman. You know what I mean?
Okay,
Like,
tell me about that.
Yeah.
dates, like you don't have to. She not a date type of girl. You know what I mean? She be at home. She kids. Like when I met her, she was taking care of kids.
Okay.
So that's what made me settle down. I mean,
I had just had a son. He came in like a month later and took up with him.
Okay.
He it's like he adopted him to be his son.
Okay.
All my boys, daddy. Only daddy they know. And he makes me smile. Well, back then he made me smile.
He's making
He
you
still
smile
makes you
now.
smile. Yeah.
But I also
that.
see tears. I also see tears
Why?
in your eye. Why do I see the tears?
Because I know I messed up.
Okay.
And I know I was wrong. But I'm trying to rewrite my wrong.
Okay. How long were you all together before things went wrong?
We was together 6 years.
So y'all got 6 years under your belt.
2014.
Okay.
So 6 good years.
6 good
No,
years.
2014, I'm working. And I'm in what you call this drop mill, right? It's where rubber comes down from the cooker and drops on my drop mill, which spins. I got stuck in it.
In the machine?
In the machine.
Oh my God.
Took my glove off, wasn't nothing there and everything. So my first thing to do was call Marietta. Call Marietta, because that's my first thing to do.
So you had this tragic accident
Right.
where you lose
Right. So I
part of
went-
your hand, and your boo showed up
Right.
and stayed there with you.
Superwoman.
Superwoman, I like it. So this should have been that situation where
Yeah,
your
when you come
marriage is
close,
made
hey,
stronger.
hey, wait.
I lost when he got hurt. I lost him. I had to be the mama and the daddy.
Okay.
Cause
Okay.
when he would get mad, where he was in pain, he would take it out on me. He would say things that he don't supposed to say to your wife.
If you had your hand like this for 3 months, how would you feel? All day, tie your hand to your hip, to your side for 3 months.
Were you a little abusive?
I don't know.
Yes.
You don't
got
know?
me.
Were you
I
difficult?
mean, I'm difficult now and I'm walking. So I'm just
well-
the truth will set you free, love.
Yeah,
The truth
but
will
listen,
set you
listen,
free.
listen.
You just mentioned that having your hand next to your side for 3
Extra
months.
difficult.
It gets to you.
Yes, it would
And
get
I
to you.
was there helping.
Okay, but here's the deal.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me just say this.
Break it down.
Break it down.
Break it down.
Our vows, and I'm going to presume your vows said
Are the
in
same.
sickness and in health.
Amen.
Right?
Amen.
And in sickness and
Thank
health doesn't always mean.
Clap that thing.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I appreciate it. In sickness and health means not only the physical part, but even the emotional, where he's not being kind. You have to give him a whole lot of grace because you have to feel what he's feeling. Now, you're not off the hook, Mr. Howland.
I'm not.
So when she gets tight about you being tight, you got to give her grace. You got to give her and say, I know what did you say? I'm difficult when I'm walking.
Well,
you have to recognize
if you keep
that.
running out, how can I give you that grace?
Well, now that's a different conversation. So how did the cheating come in? That's my question.
Well, I knew a friend from back in the day. We used to talk. And he came around and we started talking.
He came around.
He just came
No,
around out of
he
the
just-
blue. I mean,
No, he wrote me.
Why did he
on
write you?
Where did he write you
Facebook?
at? Where did he write you at?
Hush.
What? Tell me where he
Facebook,
wrote you at.
Instagram.
Because I want to know, because
He
you never
sent the
told me
letter
that.
to my mom house.
Oh, how did he get the address?
He didn't get it through me.
What? Oh,
okay.
You tell
What is
me.
it that she did that makes you think she was cheating?
I mean, at this time, I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know.
At that time.
At this time, it was just her leaving was the problem.
We got into an argument one day. I went over to my mom's house to cool down. I come back the next day. I walk in the house. It's nothing in the
Listen,
house.
a cool down
He
is
done
sick.
stole-
Hold on.
He got rid of everything. I asked him what he do with it. He said he told a story and said that he put it in storage. Come to find out, he sold it all.
Okay, wait a minute. Your response to all that is to sell all y'all stuff. Wow.
All right.
There was a whole lot of steps you missed, brother.
Yeah.
Whole lot of steps.
I mean, it was.
And what
you
was the
gotta
game
understand
plan?
How emotional you got? Was my game plan?
Yeah.
What
Once
was
you
the
sold
game
all
plan
your
after you
stuff,
sold
what was the next step?
I didn't. What was the next step?
Yeah.
didn't
I didn't
have
plan
that.
that far. It was just I took action then.
Let me just say, reel it in. Reel it in. Okay, so,
It
okay.
wasn't only his stuff, it was my stuff too. And that's what he can't get. He say
I get that.
You sold everything.
everything. Only thing he left was
She
the
had
TV
tore
and
up
that.
everything. Listen,
No, I didn't.
So you sold everything but the TV.
I mean, because she took it and gave it to the guy that she was sleeping with.
But why was it still there? Why was it still there?
Because it was my kid's TV. Why would I? She
He
like
stole
you wouldn't
it.
buy.
Okay,
But-
so you
Hold on,
didn't
sell
sell
my
the
kids
TV,
stuff. No, not my
and
kids.
you said she gave it to this man.
I
You
know
wouldn't
she
sell your
gave it to
kids'
me.
Okay.
stuff, but you sold the bed.
Mr. Howland, listen. In reaction to what your wife did or what you think she did, you sold
Everything.
everything except the TV.
The kids' TV.
The kids'
that my
TV.
Mom gave me.
All right.
My mom
And that was the only thing in the house.
Better.
And then you gave the TV to your
Boy,
non-boo,
He wasn't no boo. He wasn't nothing. He was just a friend.
your friend, yeah. Why did you
I don't even have words for this.
Okay, well, just
I'm so confused. Cause let me just say this. I can understand, Mr. Howland, why you like, I get it. How did you find out that the TV had been given to this gentleman?
Cousin told me.
Her cousin told you?
Her cousin.
So what happened? What did you do?
I went up there and got the TV from the guy. That's when me and the guy talked, and the guy was like, "Man, she didn't tell me that she was married." I say, "That's what she told him." And
That's
the guy,
a lie.
and the
He
guy
knew.
said, "Well, you know she."
Oh,
had
he
been
knew you
writing-
were married?
Yeah,
She knows she had been writing me 3 months before I got out, sending me money, right? I'm like, what? And mind you, I know this guy. Like me and this guy, I know him.
So you know the guy, you
Yes.
go to get the
Yes,
television,
yes.
and he tells you, A, I didn't know she was married. B, I've been writing and talking to her, And then the one that really sent you over the top, she been sending me money. Well,
Miss Howland?
I didn't send him any money. Back when me and Jason got together, I was still talking to him back then. But far as now, I wasn't sending any money.
Okay.
Yeah,
But you gave him a television.
did you ask him, are you and my wife having sex?
No, because I'm a player. We don't do stuff like that.
Ah. So how did you find out they were actually
her.
having sex? So she told you?
Yes.
Okay.
And so what did that conversation look like?
It was a deliberately trying to hurt me conversation. It wasn't a trying to, so what? I did that. And it wasn't a fight. It was just a, I want to hurt you type stuff. Why? That's what I want to know why. Like, why do you feel so much to a man that sacrificed a lot for you?
And I have
All right, Miss Howland.
I have to.
Miss Howland, how do we go from that picture right there of the happy times to you sleeping with an ex-friend,
When
a
Jason
former
got
friend?
hurt and he started getting mean.
And one thing led to another?
Yeah.
Okay, so was it a sexual thing? Was it an emotional connection?
It was
What were
not
you
no
looking
emotional
for?
connection. Me and him was just friends. We had sex like twice, and that was it. I let him go.
So
Was it like sex or did you actually have sex?
It was sex.
Okay. Was it like 2 times or was it just 2 times?
It was like 2 times.
I don't know what that means because like
It
2
was
times
2
means
times.
You had sex
okay,
2
because
times,
it's like, well, it was like 2, but it was actually 4.
Yeah.
That's what
yeah,
I'm
right,
trying to see.
right.
Okay.
so how many
it was-
times have you admitted to?
Twice.
Twice. Mr.
All right.
Howland, has she admitted to those 2 times to you?
I mean, yeah, she admitted it.
Okay.
Do you believe her? Do you believe that she only had sex
Nope.
twice?
Nope.
No?
You think it's been more?
I think it's more.
Do you think it's something going on right now?
The guy kept calling after we so-called got back together, which we never was apart. We was always been married. We never been apart. We never been broke up. So whenever
Your
this
Honor.
guy came in,
Your Honor, when you walk in your house and see everything gone, what do that tell you?
Well,
what do that tell you?
It's not something
You don't
good.
want to be with me.
Yeah.
You're splitting up our family when you walk in your house and you don't see anything in there.
What do you think you were telling her when you did that?
that I was angry and I was mad.
That-
And if you
It's sent other signs.
and
than
if you wanted to mess up your marriage, this how you could do it.
All right. It sounds to me like you've been able to put the physical in the past.
Mm-hmm.
What you are trying to deal with is this finance piece. Why is this so important to you about the finances?
We got Judge. We take on a any given good day. We take care of 6 kids.
Wow.
And you can't take food out of my kid's mouth and give it to
And
a
I
guy.
haven't done it.
There's no way.
And that breaks your heart, the thought of her
It
doing
broke
that.
me down. Not my heart. It broke me down. I didn't really want nothing. And
No
we
food
worked
off
so
the
hard
table.
to do what we do.
Okay.
And we don't have a lot to make something with, but we make it happen.
So that's a deal breaker for you?
What?
The financial?
Yes.
That's a deal breaker for you.
Because we don't,
You
it's
know-
not that good.
Well, we want to get to the bottom of this. The court would like to call certified polygraph examiner Michael Williams. Ron, would you bring Mr. Williams into the courtroom?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Williams, I'll get this call on this one.
Mr. Williams, good to see you.
See you again.
You are a certified polygraph examiner, is that correct?
That's correct.
In this case, you gave a polygraph examination to Ms. Howland, correct?
That's correct.
Right.
Mr. Howland, are you ready to hear these results?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
You asked Ms. Howland, since being in a monogamous relationship with Jason starting in 2010, other than the 2 times you have admitted to, have you had sexual intercourse with your ex? What was her response to that question?
She said no.
What did the polygraph show?
The subject showed a high physiological response to that particular question, which indicated to me that she was being deceptive.
Miss Howland, I asked you, and you told me 2 times. Did you not? This is your time to come clean. This man says he loves you. He wants you. And you owe him the benefit of the truth right here, right today.
If you've
I
got,
don't care if it was 10 times, 100 times. You owe him. How many times Did you sleep with him?
3 times.
All right. We got one more question.
Right. Mr. Williams, you asked Ms. Howland, since being in a monogamous relationship with Jason starting in 2010, have you given your ex-boyfriend money? What was her response?
She said yes, she admitted it.
After you sat here and said you didn't?
Why you
answer
want to
that
break
question.
my heart so bad? Like, why you break my heart? Like,
If
what
I
did I
wasn't
do
trying
so
to-
much? So what? I was mean. So what? I was very, you was too. For better or worse, sickness and health, man.
I've been trying to make up for what I done done.
You,
I've been there.
Mr. Howland, when you look at that picture,
it's tainted.
can you get back there?
I don't know. I don't know.
You don't know.
I don't know.
Mrs. Howland, tell him what you want.
I want us to get back to how we was. Like before he got hurt, we was happy. We was happy. We would go to the movies, do this and do that. That's what I want. I don't want to sleep in the living room. I want to be in the bed with him.
And what do you want, Mr. Howland?
I don't know.
You don't have
know.
a clue of what you want.
No. I mean,
Do you want her back in your bed?
it's her bed. She can sleep in it if she get ready. I sleep on
But that wasn't my question. My question was, do you want her back in your
I
bed?
don't know, Miss Culler. I don't know. I don't know.
You all have been dating for 3 years, is that right?
Yes.
You're living together and have one child together, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And Ms. McCormick, you brought your boyfriend here to court today. Why?
Well, Your Honor, me and Jared, we've been together for 3.5 years, and I'm just here because we have a baby together and everything, and I'm just tired of hearing stuff. I'm tired of everybody saying he cheating on me, and I'm just tired. It's just too much for me, Jared.
I'm not a cheater though. I'm here for one thing to prove to you that this love is real.
Well, Ms. McCormick, if you find out that he's cheating, then what?
And we ain't gonna be together. I told him already that I didn't want to deal with this again. I'm just too old. We didn't had a baby together, and I told him I just wanted to settle down. We supposed to be getting married and everything.
I think she's just a little insecure, me personally.
Who are these people talking to you about your relationship with him?
Family members, friends.
And they all believe that he's cheating?
Yes.
Did your friends like Mr. Holmes in the beginning?
At first, it was cool until he started telling him and hearing about what he been doing and stuff like that, and then they telling me, and then they don't like him no more.
But they hearing it. They haven't seen it.
Okay, tell me about the beginning.
We was at a park. We met at a park.
My son was playing hide and seek with me. Well, he was playing too rough, hide and seek, and I couldn't find him. And that's how I ran into her, looking for him.
So that's a different twist. You've heard about the damsel in distress. This is the gentleman in distress.
And the damsel came and saved him.
Comes to his rescue.
Okay, so when you saw him, this gentleman in distress, did you have your eye on him? You can tell me.
Yes, I was.
And so you just stepped up to the plate like, he needs me.
Yeah.
Okay, I got that.
So besides helping you locate your child in the park, what was it about her that you liked?
Look at her. She's got an attractive body, good personality. She take care of the home like my mom did with me, and my grandmother. So, it's kind of like, it's just like a familiar, bond. Most men want a woman that's not just like your mom, but similar. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think I do know that.
Similarities. You know what I'm saying?
Well, here's the thing. It has been said I'm like my mother-in-law, and I adored my mother-in-law. She was the bomb, as far as I'm concerned. So when people say I'm like my mother-in-law, I'm very good with that, because I thought she was all that.
That's right.
And a bag of chips. So if you like his mother, that to me is the ultimate compliment. And wait a minute, she was blushing the whole time. That's what was tickling me.
All right, so when our sons come home with somebody who's like, they're just like mom, that's a compliment, right?
It is a compliment. I'm scared for her.
And I'm scared for them.
What? So, it's a good thing. I get that. So we have your soulmate standing here with you, and you are now accusing him of cheating.
When I posted him on my Facebook, oh my goodness. Okay, so 6 months we into the relationship. You know, when you post your boo on Facebook, you know it's good, it's official.
Yeah.
So.
Because you put it out there for the whole world.
Yeah.
All right.
Your Honor, when I posted that, man, and people got in my inbox. People got in my inbox like,
Haters.
that's your boyfriend? How long y'all been going together? Girl, you gotta watch him. He be cheating and stuff and doing this and doing that. So, you know, I ain't gonna lie, Your Honor. I just brushed it off like it wasn't nothing. Cause, you know, I really in love with him. You know, I'm thinking like, oh, they hating on me or whatever. And he in my ear.
Okay, wait a minute. How many people, one person said this?
No, I ain't gonna lie. It was like 3 people in my inbox.
Mr. Holmes, you got this reputation of being a cheater.
I ain't, but see, that's the
And
thing.
he swear
I'm not
up
cheating
and
with these
down
women.
it ain't
Some
him.
of these women, some of them like be friends. Sometimes women like need somebody to talk to.
But you shouldn't
But
be
now-
talking to no other women but me.
I ain't, but see, that's the point.
That's what they got a man for.
Yeah, they got a man, but all of them don't have a man that's
Well,
doing
they
right
need
by
to
them.
find you a man
I'm not
then.
intimate with him.
Mr. McCormick, do you have any specific reasons why you think he's cheating?
Man, it was a couple of months, a year ago. A woman answered his phone.
Okay, so you call his phone
I can
and a
explain
woman
that.
answers the phone.
Yes.
And what happened? What did you say to her?
I ain't even gonna lie, Your Honor. I looked at the phone. You know how she like, hello? I looked at the phone like, who is this? I said, hello? And you know, she hung it up. Like he probably took the phone from her or whatever. So I ain't gonna lie, I'm calling. I'm just calling.
Did another woman answer your phone?
I lost the phone at the grocery store.
This is the lost phone at the grocery store story.
Let me
okay?
tell you what
All
happened
right.
first. See,
Go
I was
ahead.
talking to the clerk at the store, and I set the phone down on the thing, but I had forgot something that I wanted, so I ran to get that. And
You really
and in
gonna
my
play me
haste,
like that?
I left my phone. Man, hold on. I left my phone. So whoever answered the phone, when I went back to the store a few hours later to get my phone, it was a woman that gave it to me. So I don't know what she said somebody called, but I don't know what she said.
So when you saw the phone, did you see that your girlfriend had called you?
Yeah.
Did you call her back?
Yeah.
Okay, what did you say to him when he finally called you back?
Who is that girl that answered that phone?
And I don't know.
And what did he tell you?
I don't know what you mean. You must have called somebody else before you called me or thought you called me or something. Like, come on, man. I know my phone said...
Did he ever tell you he lost the phone at the store?
No.
This is the first time you're hearing
I
this?
told her.
Yes.
I told her that.
My question is, do you have anything else that makes you believe he's cheating?
This is so embarrassing. I'm cleaning up. I'm sweeping under my bed. I look under my bed. Your Honor, I seen some panties under my bed.
Okay, so you found panties under your bed and they...
Some pink panties, Your Honor. Some pink panties. Your Honor, some small pink panties at that. I'm a big girl, Your Honor. I can't fit these. What I'm gonna do with these? Put them on a doll?
I can let the record reflect that those panties would not fit the plaintiff.
No, these ain't the... Oh, my goodness.
Well,
So, okay, wait. She finds panties under her bed that don't belong to her.
I
don't
instantly
fit.
called
And they
him.
don't fit.
and if the panties don't fit,
Well, you gotta convict. You gotta convict.
Man. Yeah, let me tell you this one.
No, Your Honor, I ain't gonna lie.
This is crazy.
Mr. Holmes, okay.
All right, now first
Okay,
of all.
first of all, okay.
Wait a minute, hold on. Let me get myself
Mr.
position
Holmes.
for this
All right.
story. Hold on.
I want to see how, hold those panties up again, Mr.
Yeah, hold them
McCormick.
up.
I want to see how you're going to explain how those panties
I don't
will
even
fit
know
Mr.
where them
McCormick.
came. I ain't never seen them before.
Oh,
First of all, listen though, man to man.
all right.
If I was, do you think I'd be crazy enough to bring a woman to my house and leave some evidence? Believe me, if I had intentions of doing that, I'm gonna be more thorough.
You're the same person who left their phone at the grocery store. You're saying you wouldn't mistakenly leave panties in.
I got 3 kids. My kids gonna tell on me.
Mr.
Okay,
Holmes.
wait a minute. She's gonna wriggle into those panties easier than you
I don't
gonna
even
wriggle
like
out
women that
of
little.
them.
These is not excuses. These is plausible reasons why they were
They're not
there.
plausible. They're reasons, but they're
why.
not plausible.
I don't know why they were there.
I have a plausible reason how they could have gotten there.
What's that, Mr. Cutler?
You were sleeping with somebody who's not your girlfriend.
In your house.
No.
That's
a plausible reason.
She make up stuff to trap me.
Okay, that's the third one. So
Okay,
she got y'all on her side right now, but we'll see when these results
No, she
come.
doesn't. No. She doesn't have us on her side. The facts.
But the facts still remain.
Facts don't lie.
People can plant evidence.
Do you have any other reason to believe that Mr. Holmes is cheating?
Yes. 3 weeks ago, he had took my keys to my car and had it on his key thing. And I was calling him to see if he could drop the keys back off. He wasn't answering like he always do when he gone. So I got tired of calling. I just went down there. I know where he work at. I'm asking like, where is Jerry? Where is he at? I'm seeing everybody that he work with, and I'm not seeing him. And I know he at work. He supposed to be at work.
So what did they say when you asked about him?
Oh, I'm not in that.
Okay,
I'm not in that.
Yeah, like what you ain't in?
Yeah, exactly. What did you interpret that to mean?
Like he was doing something he ain't got no business. It's like your friends is telling on you.
I was sent to get some supplies from a store. So when she came, she wasn't even supposed to be popping up. If she wasn't playing detective, she would have known that. See, and the people that I work with, that's not their business to get involved in that.
If you're out running a legitimate errand, people on the job are gonna say, he's out running an errand, or I don't know where he went.
Yeah,
maybe they should, but she only talked to one person.
There are lots of ways to answer that question other than, I ain't in that mess. Because that means one, you out doing something you're not supposed to do,
not necessarily.
And two, they know it.
Okay, he said you only talked to one person. How many people did you talk to?
And I talked to 4 people that he was with. Nobody act like they didn't know where he was at.
So that made you think that they were trying to give him a heads up?
Yes, he was.
They knew he was somewhere he wasn't supposed to be.
They knew where he was at. I just didn't know where he was at.
It's a lot.
To help get to the bottom of this, the court has retained the services of a former military interrogator, Miss Lena Cisco. Ron, please escort Miss Cisco into the courtroom.
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Cisco, could you please state for the court record your credentials?
Yes, Your Honor. I am a former military interrogator certified by the Department of Defense, and I have interrogated members of Al-Qaeda and Taliban at Gitmo shortly after 9/11. Since that time, I have been training law enforcement personnel, private sector personnel, and Department of Defense personnel in interrogation methods and enhanced interviewing techniques.
Can you tell us what you did to investigate this case?
I can, Your Honor. I first had the accused write a witness statement, and I analyzed it for any indicators of deception. Okay. I studied his case file, and then I came up with an interrogation plan, and then I interrogated the accused to see if indeed he was cheating or not.
What were your initial findings?
So my initial findings were that he was very open with his body language, he was very forthcoming, and he gave me plausible, detailed answers to his accusations.
Did you find anything concerning?
I did. The first 2 concerning things I discovered were 2 common indicators of verbal deception. So he told me he was actually committed to the relationship, and that word actually means that he's comparing what he's saying to another thought. So that thought may be that he may not be actually committed or something, but it's just a comparison. He also said that he was striving to be a good partner. So it just tells me in his mind, he's still working towards being a good partner. And then my biggest concern was that while I was interrogating him, he fell asleep.
Okay, so what does that look like? Did he just go to sleep, sitting up?
Yes, he did, Your Honor. So he was sitting, and we had been about 20 minutes into the interrogation, and right as he was giving me an answer, he fell asleep. So what that indicates to me is when people lie or they're not forthcoming, they get so incredibly stressed out that they become exhausted and they will just start to fall asleep. I've had a lot of detainees fall asleep on me in interrogations at Gitmo.
That is so bizarrely interesting.
Mr. Holmes, were you stressed out?
Nah, I was tired, man.
All right, Ms. McCormick, you have listened to Ms. Cisco's testimony.
Yes.
What is going through your mind?
I just can't believe him.
To further investigate these cheating allegations, the court also ordered Mr. Holmes to undergo a polygraph examination, and we have those results. Ron, would you please escort Mr. Kendall Shull into the courtroom?
Yes, Your Honor.
It's good to see you, sir.
Hey, good to see you, too.
Mr. Holmes underwent a polygraph examination, correct?
That's correct.
Right. He was asked, did the pink panties Ms. McCormick found under the bed belong to a woman you had physical sexual contact with? What was his response?
He said no.
What did the lie detector determine?
The lie detector determined that he was being truthful, Your Honor.
Told you.
Okay. That's only one.
I'm not crazy, y'all.
No, that's only one.
I'm not crazy.
That's only one.
You asked Mr. Holmes, were you having physical sexual contact with another woman the day Miss McCormick showed up at your job? What was his response?
He said no.
What did the lie detector determine?
The lie detector determined that he was being truthful, Your Honor.
I told you.
Okay.
So, Mr. Holmes, you are pleased with the results that you're hearing?
Well, yeah, so far.
Okay.
Mr. Holmes was asked, during your 3-year relationship, have you ever had physical sexual contact with anyone other than Miss McCormick? What was his response?
He said no.
What did the lie detector determine?
The lie detector determined that he was being deceptive.
Oh. See, that's what I'm saying.
Deceptive.
Mr. Holmes, we've got 2 experts who've examined you and have determined that you were being deceptive. So now's the time to come clean.
I had another woman that was accusing me of having a baby by her or whatever, and she attempted to give me oral sex or something, but it didn't go down like that. And that's probably that's the only thing I could think of that would have been.
Why you ain't been told me this?
Okay, wait a minute. How does one attempt to give oral sex?
She attempted, but unfortunately, it didn't happen like that.
Mr. Shaw, did you find anything else in your investigation?
Your Honor, he did admit to me that she did perform oral sex on him, that he wasn't exactly able to perform, but she did perform oral sex on him.
Well, that's a little different than the one you just told us.
It was a one-time incident and it ain't gonna happen again.
All right. You've got your answers. Are you going to stay in this relationship or are you done?
I'm done.